The central province of Yazd has one of the driest climates in Iran, with an annual downpour of barely 5 centimeters. That's almost as good as nothing. What's interesting, though, is that Yazd is one of the oldest cities in the world, with a history of thousands of years. We sent our cameras to Yazd to discover just how a civilization could have emerged from the bare, dry desert.
Humans have struggled to survive, but those living in these conditions, they have fought to live. The arid and semi-arid conditions make life for every living organism difficult. For humans, it's the hardest. And practically nothing lives here in this hostile environment. This is a desert in Iran. And if you want to survive here, there's only one way. The key to survival lies in the hands of these people. These are the people that transform this desert into bustling cities. People that usually lose their sight for working underground, and people that live in the darkness all their lives. Calm and steady as they go in tens of meters underground, braving their lives every day to bring livelihood for others. These are the people that bring water to the cities. These are the people that dig Qanats, the veins of the desert. As I went to the city of Yazd, seeing the hustle and bustle of the city, I wanted to know more about what made these cities exist. The first place I visited was the Water Museum in Yazd. And the first thing that amazed me, it's amazing how deep down they went. These people practically lived underground. With the number of rooms in this house under the ground level, one can realize that life existed more below the surface than above. And the water from the Qanats would come in the basements and go from one home to the other. We're at about 30 meters underground, and still people used to work in these waterways to get water. The underground system was dug by hand over decades with the simplest of tools. The technology was developed by Persians about 3,000 years ago, and the technique spread along the Silk Road eastwards towards China and also westwards to as far away as Spain. Qanats are hand-dug tunnels that begin in the foothills of the mountains and wind gradually downhill to bring water to the homes kilometers away. A horizontal tunnel with a gentle slope that partly cuts through the aquifer. The slope was quite sensitive, as if it was too steep, it would wash away the tunnel, and if it was not steep enough, the water wouldn't flow. So it was quite an art to make these Qanats. Everything here was based on this technique, and the water had many uses. To cope with the summer heat, people in Yazd used to have water in their basements to keep it cool during the summer days. Sometimes, together with wind towers, a continuous breeze was available in the summers. The water power was also harnessed to drive underground mills. In the desert, there's no surface water, so they would use the water from these underwater canals to turn the mills. Because of Iran's extensive history on Qanats, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, has founded a center on its research in Iran. Head of the center, Mr. Semsar Yazdi, told me how many active Qanats there still are.
در حال حاضر 37,000 رشته قنات فعال وجود داره و این 37,000 رشته قنات 7 میلیارد متر مکعب سالیانه آب به بخش کشاورزی کشور تحویل میدن.
And how much energy was being saved by them.
یه محاسباتی هم ما یه وقت انجام دادیم که اگر این 7 میلیارد متر مکعب را در واقع می‌خواستیم از طریق پمپ، یعنی با استفاده از سوخت فسیلی یا انرژی الکتریکی می‌خواستیم استحصال بکنیم، به 800 مگاوات برق احتیاج بود. به عبارت دیگه یعنی به یه نیروگاه بسیار بزرگی احتیاج بود.
So not only was this water bringing life and crops, but it was also saving the environment by making one less power plant. But making these canals isn't the simplest. Those that worked here, the Moghannīs, were ready to die every day. For me, walking in this Qanat for several meters was the most I could do just to get a feel of what these men went through. This is a Qanat that they have dug 28 kilometers from here to reach the spring of a mountain. Just walking in this condition for several meters was difficult for me, but these men worked here and dug for years in this posture, and their journey wasn't meters, but kilometers. Mr. Labaf Khaneki also told me about the oldest Qanat in Iran that is located in northeastern Iran, dating back to 2,700 years ago. And he said it still has water in it.
The deepest Qanat is located in the province of Khorasan. The deepest Qanat is the Qanat of Qasab Gunabad. This Qanat, the deepest point of this Qanat is about 300 meters deep.
Every kilometer took about a year to complete, but the longest took centuries.
طولانی‌ترین قنات ایران قنات زارچ هست با طول 80 کیلومتر و قدمت اون هم حدوداً 1500 سال پیش برمیگرده.
Looking at all the hard work done, it seems it's all worth the while. Now with the help of these ancient water conveyance systems, many cities today are green because of the canals handed down by their ancestors. People that dug these knowing their grandchildren would use this water and not themselves. These long stretching trees and this water are the result of decades of work underground by hard-working men. This is not normal water. Pedram Khoedadi for Iran.